Light is always needed in darkness in order for us to see. If you have kids of your own or you've been around children, you notice that they love asking why for everything. And they ask why out of curiosity of the world around them. They want to know right from wrong. They want to know how to be humans basically, and they're just following the environment around them, the adults around them. Every person, everywhere that they go, that's shaping their minds and it's shaping the person that they're becoming. And as a parent, it's so important for you to lead by example and instill morals and values that you want them to cultivate upon the older they get. My son, for example, is at the stage of the why, and he's going to be 5 years old. So he's always watching his friends in school environments or in karate. He's asking why certain kids do behave the way they behave. Why do they say certain things and he's not allowed to say those things? Why does he have to make safe choices and follow rules? And I always have to remind him that he has to lead by example. It doesn't matter what other people are doing around them. If other people are not following the rules, that he still have to make safe choices because rules are there to keep him safe so he doesn't get hurt or he doesn't hurt anyone. And I think the same concept applies to adults, right? Because when we get older, we have so much more vices, opportunities. We have so much more peer pressure. Or at some point, we just start making use other people as an excuse for our own bad behavior, because at that time we should know better because of the life experiences that we have versus children. They don't know better. They need guidance right now. They need they're wondering. They have a curious mind to know why they can't do certain things, why certain things are not safe for them. But as adults, we watch other people make bad decisions and we make that as an excuse to make bad decisions for ourselves too. It could be drinking and still wanting to go behind the wheels. It could be just lashing out on people, not having self-control and being very aggressive because other people are triggering you. Because they're triggering you, you feel that you have every right to scream and yell and call them out of their names. But you can also choose not to do that, to have self-control. Just like we teach children that they need to have self-control. They can't just be throwing tantrums and be aggressive, throwing things around their environment because they're upset, because they're not getting their way. It's the same thing of self-control, of being the light in the dark world. Of course, imagine if everyone started acting out of control, not following rules, be rebellious, just being very aggressive, and just imagine the chaos in the world when everyone wants to be like that. And to me, that's what it means that's what darkness is, right? When everything is just, everyone is just acting out of rebellion. Everyone is very chaotic. There's no structure. They're just destruction, versus people that want to have self-control, want to be kind to one another, want to speak to people with respect, want to honor people, want to respect themselves, honor themselves, be safe, be a positive, well-rounded individual in society. That's needed. If people see that and then they see other people screaming and yelling and just living a life of chaos, they're gonna see a contrast. They're gonna see that there's other ways of living versus the way of someone who is just very rebellious and reckless with their emotions, with their actions, with their words. So the light is always needed in the darkness, no matter how you feel like you might be like a prude or you might be boring or it might seem like that to you, that why do you have to always be the bigger person? Remember that you are just being the light in a dark world. And the blind cannot lead the blind. Would you follow someone that's blind to walk you to a store? If you're blind yourself, would you follow that person? No, you want someone that can see, that has clear vision, that can, when you're blind, that can hold your hand and point you to the right store that you're trying to get into. So be the light.